second to last day, people. Eek. I've really enjoyed taking you guys along with me, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm also looking forward to having a day without my camera in my hand as well, which will be lovely. But I have really been enjoying it, so I'm not complaining whatsoever because it's been really, really lovely. And you know what? You guys actually motivate me even more. You make me be more productive if that's possible. So it's been really good. I am wearing today a Java sweater. Now, this is an oldie now, with an Atelier Brunette old fabric. It's like a fleece back French terry type fabric. It's beautiful and it's like cream with these, I mean, to me they look like apples. I don't think they are, but you know when I've worn this so many times that it's starting to get past its best. It doesn't look so bad on camera actually, but I've got like a little tiny stain somewhere and it's just getting a bit bobbly and just a little bit worn. But you know what, I'm going to wear it till it nearly falls out, falls apart. And also I've got in today my Jazz and Wow earrings because I thought, how well do they go with this top? So yeah, really pleased. Plan of attack now is we're actually popping out this morning. So husband wants to go to B&Q to get some wood filler and stuff. Could do some DIY jobs over the Christmas period. And you know when I panic bought loads of dresses for my party from Next, we're going near to a Next. So I've just said to Steve, why don't you drop me off? I'll go take those back. You pop to B&Q with the boys, come back, pick me up so that we're not kind of waiting around because I think it's going to be manic, if I'm honest. Then my brother's coming over later to drop off presents. He's already got all of his from me. And then we are popping out. We're going to go feed my mum's cat. We're going to pop to Argos to pick something up that a friend sent to us. And then we're going off to our light trail tonight, which I'm really, really excited about. And then we're going out for something to eat, just the four of us. Now, I've checked the weather forecast. It is still looking like rain. Boo. But there's none of that really bad wind anymore. It's a little bit windy, but it's not like it's been for the last 2 days. So I think we're just going to do it anyway. We've all got dry robes from when the boys go to rugby and it's really bad weather. So I think we're just going to bob them on and we're just going to make the most of it, even if it's raining. Who cares? We're in England. You know, we've been lucky every other year that we've gone that we haven't had a lot of rain. So if this is the first time we have it, then so be it. I mean, I might not be as positive as this later when you see me and I'm all bedraggled and wet through, but yeah. So I'm going to pop on now before we pop out and I'm going to do my advent calendars because there's not much left in here anymore. So we're doing Jazz and Wow first. Tiny little 3D type feeling buttons. That means I don't know. Oh, now they're pretty. Oh, my mum would like these. There's some earring charms again. Can you see them? Let me see if I can get them out of the packet for you. To put on the hoops. I love that. So you get like your pair of hoops and then you can just change them up to have whatever you want on them. These are beautiful. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my mum would like these. If you're watching, Mama. They are beautiful. Look at those. And they're actually shimmery as well. Love those. They're so cute as well. They're like dinky. I'll pop them back in there and put them in my trinket dish so I don't lose them. That's that one. Kind of the machines. Is it penultimate day? Is that the day before the last day? I think it is, isn't it? Send love far and wide is the clue for day 23. Oh, I don't know if these are my favourite. These are absolutely gorgeous. Oh, it's a little stamp and it says, P.S. I love you. Oh, they're beautiful. Oh, I really, really like them, as you can probably tell. So I've got 2 of them. Oh, they're beautiful. Then we'll do Becky's Sewing Studio. Feels like a coaster. I'm running out of space for coasters in here. I've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's definitely a coaster. Let's have a look. I mean, I like a coaster, don't get me wrong. I love a good coaster. Oh, that's lovely as well. It's all buttons, look. Oh, Becky's advent calendar has been absolutely fabulous. both the Becky's calendars have been ace. And then I'm going to do Rachel's. I had a bit of divided opinion over the fact that Rachel's put her day 25 into the advent calendar, and that people do want to see it, and some people are like, no, you can't open that till 25th. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'll keep you guessing. I think this is a cross-stitch kit, and I've just been watching Rachel's opening, and she opened the cross-stitch kit that Tamlin had got her. I feel like we're doing a swap. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. Oh, I really like that, Rachel. Look at that. That's definitely a me one, isn't it? That is so cute. I'm currently in the middle of doing the one that Tamlin gave me, which is quite a big one, so it's taking a bit of time. I'll try and show that to you if I remember. But yeah, I'm in the middle of that one at the moment, and I'm loving it. But I haven't picked it up for about a week, which is unusual because I normally do, but it's probably just because I've been so busy. So that's me done advent calendar wise. What a good day for advent calendars, don't you think? And now we're just going to bob off and head off and do some jobs. So I will hopefully see you very soon. Do you like them? You can't even see them, they're that big. These are my son's. He wore them at school the other day. They were doing a reindeer run where each of the years ran a mile round the track, and their head teacher ran every single one of them with them. So he ended up doing a half marathon, and they were raising money for charity, and it was fantastic. So he came in with these. All of them had a pair, so I've adopted them for now. And also, I've had something through post. I've had two things through the post actually. One is one of my patterns from Emporia Patterns. Can you remember then I won something on the big sale that I didn't even know I'd won? This was the really pretty camisole top that I said I think kind of has gone under the radar a bit. I really, really love this. That is the line drawings. Can you see my burn on my finger? It's about time that went. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, it's really nice with like these little ties on the top, and then some people have actually made it into a dress as well. I think that'd be lovely for my holly bobs, and I really love it. I think they've made it, I think that's is that a fabric gone with a fabric or not? I can't remember. Anyway, so I've had that one, and then the other two patterns, which was the Tony shirt and what was the other one? The Delilah dress they've sent me on PDF. So I'm really happy about that. And the other thing is what I've got on. Do you want to have a look? Merry Stitchmas. How cool is this? Oh my goodness, I love it. It came through the post and I opened it and I was like, it's a black jumper. I've not ordered a black jumper. And then I opened it up and I was like, so I think the gorgeous Ruth, who made my mug for me, again, let me go get it in case you've forgotten, because it's over here, has also sent me this. Like out of the blue, didn't even tell me about it. She did ask if she could send me this just for my opinions on it originally, and she's obviously seen that I picked this out of some of the stuff that she'd got on her website to kind of showcase, and she sent me it. Well, I hope it's her, because if not, there's a problem. I have Messenger, which not messaged me back yet, so I'm wearing that. It's really lovely, well made. It's fleecy on the inside, the print is lovely. Absolutely, I love that I does. So what time are we on? We're on 1:30. My brother's coming at 3 o'clock, and then we're leaving at about 4 o'clock for the light trail. So there's a little bit of light left. I was thinking maybe we could do a sunglasses case. Normally I would make something up first, test it, and then do a tutorial, but you know what, we're gonna wing it today. It may be a disaster, but let's see how far we go, because I've been having a look at a few tutorials, so I'm just gonna do my own thing and let's see how we get on. So let's get cracking. Right, so for this we need 3 things. We need our main fabric. So I'm going to use this fabric which I used for the keyring tutorial that I did before. This was remnant from my bag. I've had a couple of these out of it, and now I'm also going to make my glasses case, because why not? I've also got then a lining fabric, so like a secondary fabric. It's not really lining, I suppose, because you're going to see some of that as well, but a complementary fabric. And then I've got some fusible wadding again as well, just to kind of give it that bit of cushioning. So let's get cracking. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut 8 inches by 8 inches square. Right, so what we need to do now is make one edge a curved edge. So I've just marked out 4 inches across the top, which is halfway, and 3.5 inches down. But obviously you can do this to any measurements that you want, just play around with it. And then you want to get something that's round, or there's you know, if you've got a curved ruler, that type of thing. I'm using an embroidery hoop, because why not? And I'm just going to draw a little curved edge round here, so that we're going to have that on each piece. So what, if you saw my video earlier, then you'll see that I cut one piece and I just use that as a template. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to freestyle this all the way around, and then I'll just pop that on top of each piece and use this then as the template, because it just makes it a bit easier. And don't forget, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not the end of the world if it's not perfect. I will do the same with our fusible fleece. And I think what's probably going to be the best thing to do as well is potentially cut down this fusible fleece just a little bit all the way along, just to make it a little bit narrower, to make it a bit easier to sew with and not be quite as bulky. I'm just going to cut a little bit off here, it doesn't really matter. I think the seam allowance will probably be about maybe like a foot width basically. I'm just going to cut a little bit more off that. So we've now got our 3 pieces, so I'm just going to go and pop this under the iron onto the back side of one of these pieces, and you'll see there, look, that it's slightly smaller. So I'm just going to go and do that now. Right, so that is now fixed permanently onto this, and what we're going to do is we're then going to attach the other piece face down. Obviously it doesn't really matter with my other piece because it is red on both sides, and we're just going to pin it all the way round, but we're going to make sure that we leave a little gap in the bottom, because we need to be able to turn it out, don't we? So pop them in there. I did mention before that I tend to double pin when I know I've got to stop and start sewing, otherwise I will go all the way through it and not leave a hole. So I'm just putting my 2 pins in there. I'm just going to hold these secure all the way around, and then that pin didn't want to work. I'm not working with my normal pins because they're still in my caddy, still at Rachel's. I'll be seeing her soon, so that'll be good. We'll pop these all the way around, and then we're going to take this over to the sewing machine. Right, so we're over at the sewing machine, and we are going to sew all the way round, just about a foot width seam allowance, and we're going to back stitch here and leave this gap open. So let's crack on with that now.
Right, so now it's going to be our job to trim it down before we turn it out. So I'm just going to cut off the corners. I always tend to do this with pinking shears. I don't know why, it's just one of those things. So make sure you don't cut through your stitches. And then I always like to just use my pinking shears around any sort of curve as well. Now when you sew in your curve, it's very, very tempting to stop and start. Try not to do that, because what can happen sometimes is it gives you a really uneven curve. So if you see here, mine's really even because I did it all in one go. Just go for it, just have a bash. But yeah, if you tend to stop and start a lot, which you can do when you're obviously first starting, you have to learn somewhere. But if you get a bit more experience, then just try and do it all in one go and it'll create a really nice curve. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull this all the way through the hole that we've created. You know, if you've remembered not to sew over it, which tends to happen to me. We're going to pull this all the way through, and then we're going to push out all the corners, and then we're going to take it over to the iron and we're going to give it a little press. So you'll be able to see the shape of this coming together in a moment. Use whatever you've got kind of to hand a point turner. I've got this thing they're actually called purple fangs, mine's pink. And you can just use that to create a really nice crisp corner look there. You can stick it in through the hole and then use that to push and smooth out your curve and things like that. So I'm just going to do that now, and then I'm going to take it over to the iron, give it a press and come back and see you then. Okay, so there we go. I've ironed it. The little edges where we had the hole to pull through, I've just ironed those and pressed them flat. And now what we're going to do is we're going to top stitch all the way around the edge to try and close that gap and make it look nice and neat and tidy. So let's crack on with that. Right, so I have done the top stitching all the way around so it looks really nice and neat and tidy. And all we're going to do then is literally fold it in half. So it's going to look like that eventually. So when you've done that, I think I'm going to use some pins. Just pop a couple of pins in. What we're going to do then is we're going to sew along the bottom here and all the way up to here and then back stitch. And I'm going to try and go over the line that I've already created on my top stitch so that it looks nice and neat and tidy. You don't have to, you could do a second line if you wanted to and make it decorative. You could do all sorts with this. So I'm going to pop that in now and let's see how we get on. Right, so I've done that. So I've stitched all along here, look, all the way up to there, and then I've back stitched. And you can just see now that it's a really plain and simple glasses case. I mean, how long did that take? And it worked. Obviously, depending on what your glasses are, if you were wearing sunglasses, big massive sunglasses, you might want to make these different sizes. The other thing that I thought it would be really good for might be, hang a banger, rotary cutter. Hello. That would be quite good, wouldn't it? So I think that might be quite good for if you were moving about with your rotary cutter. I just have mine chucked in there and I'm always a bit conscious of it. It has got a safety lock on it for the kids, but I don't know if I'd feel a little bit safer actually having it in a pouch like this. So I might make another one for me to pop this into. So you could put scissors in it, anything you want. You can just play around with the sizes of it. So this is my rubbish Specsavers glasses. Okay, does anybody want to see me with glasses on? I think I look really intelligent. Check me out. What do we think? My eldest son just looks at me and goes like, ah, that's weird. Every time I put them on. So here's my little new sunglasses case. The other thing that you can do as well is put a popper on as well if you wanted to, or you could put a little bit of Velcro there, you know, if you wanted to screw them and they're going in your handbag, that sort of thing. You could run a little line of Velcro. World's your oyster, but how quick and simple was that? And I think that is much nicer
than that, don't you? Anyway, I'm right chuffed with that. That's it for now though. I'm going to go and get ready. My brother's coming over shortly. It's only actually 2:10, so that's pretty good, isn't it? Because I've had a couple of interruptions in the middle as well. But I'm going to have a little bit of a tidy up in here, and then I'm going to go get changed, get ready, see my brother, and then head on out. So I'll catch you in a bit.